Hey everybody, welcome into Postcard Travel TV. I'm Lou, this is Dennis, that's Amy, we're travel gurus. Normally we talk about travel, long extended trips and, traveling to different places, but today we're going to talk about traveling near yourself, near where you live.
Exactly.
We're talking about daycations.
Daycation.
So what is a daycation? What is that all about?
So I would say within driving distance and maybe a little, 4 to 5 hours, somewhere, even if you went to the Keys, it's a little longer. But I always say there is a vacation for everyone.
Right.
If you don't, as long as you have a budget, I think we talked about this a few shows ago. If you give us a budget, we'll send you on a vacation.
Yeah.
So it could be a daycation, could be anything else, but this, like we're talking
A
about today.
daycation is the day.
The day.
And it's what you can travel to in that
overnight.
day. And you know, talking long weekends and stuff like that. We just try to tell people, sometimes you just got to experience close to home that things you never saw. Like a perfect example, 2 days ago, I went over to the beach in Cape Canaveral at 6 o'clock in the morning, waited for the sun to come up. Couldn't believe how many people were there.
Yeah.
There was kids out there, they were waiting and they were talking to the children about the sunrise. There's so many things, sunsets. It doesn't have to be by the beach. You can be in the mountains. You can be, you could be up some big lake somewhere. Just do things, just get out of the house and something close to home. We got a whole bunch of things to tell you about that make you start thinking. Going to state parks,
Right.
Going to federal parks that you're near, taking a walk. If you're up in the mountains, like in Connecticut, where there's a place that used to just park and walk up top of the mountain. Takes you about 30 minutes, 35 minutes to get to the top, and you're looking at a cliff. Just get out and enjoy nature, enjoy the environment around you. Maybe a museum close to home.
I mean, it kind of depends on where you live too, because
Correct.
for instance, here in Florida, we have tons of places that we can go for a daycation. I mean, even for like us, like Disney is a daycation, or like when I lived in New York, Bear Mountain, which is a state park, was a daycation where you could just go up for the day, have lunch, and do whatever you want to do. I mean, there's a lot of choices out there for
There's
people.
a lot of choice, and I always say too, I know we're talking about daycation, but even like Dennis said, maybe a weekend. Maybe if you're in a small town, go to a nice little bed and breakfast. Get out of your normal routine.
I like it.
Stay there. I always say, close the curtains, turn the air down, and let me watch Hallmark all weekend long. I mean, that's
exciting.
I know not for you that's exciting, but
so-
it's just doing something different.
opposite.
Get out of your normal routine
Yeah.
and relax and
Yeah.
enjoy yourself.
Well-
Because I love bed and breakfast
Well,
places.
do you?
Yes,
Oh,
I
I
do.
love those too.
I love them.
I mean, like this weekend, tonight, after the show, you guys are going to be going to the Gaylord Palms in Orlando. Now, for us here in Florida, if you've never been to a Gaylord, they're kind of amazing. There's one in
Yes.
Nashville. There's the one that's over here in Orlando. Because it's like you go in there and you don't have to leave the hotel for a whole day or two, because they've got restaurants, they've got things to do. Kelly and I have gone twice now for their Christmas party that they do, which is basically ice sculptures and music and stuff for the kids to do. But it's fun. But it's like one day. You go, you do your thing, you stay overnight, and you leave.
Yeah.
And that's it. I mean, that's the kind of thing that you can do. But you feel good afterwards. You feel refreshed.
Yes.
After you've done that.
Just take a break from the norm. And
Yeah.
that's and we try to tell people that where they're taking big vacations and stuff, we call them over excursion. You hear us talking about with cruises. They book the whole cruise, fill every day and every minute with some type of a show or an excursion or something, and it just stop.
Yeah.
Take a day off. Take
Yeah.
a day off on the weekend and just don't do anything. Find your way. Go see a movie. Go to a museum. We're talking about air. Lou and I were talking, and Lou was mentioning about Fantasy Flight used to be over here in Central Florida.
On the way to Orlando, yeah.
The Air Museum up in Pensacola is absolutely amazing.
Oh, yeah.
The Navy Air Museum. Just stop, go do something. You don't have to go spend a lot of money.
I'm laughing because you and I are very similar in that sense. Like when Kelly and I go out to Arizona for work, to Tucson, there's the Pima Air Museum, which is massive, and it's just for aviation geek. It's just a lot of fun to walk around. So it's kind of like whatever you're into. Some of the other things, Dennis, that you were talking about earlier was city tours. Going to the city you live in or a city nearby.
Yeah, learn about it.
Yeah, learn about your city. I grew up in a small town in Connecticut, that's where I was referring to the mountain, where people go to the mountains. They would go down by the river. They would go down by, they could fish. They would do something. They also had go up and there was waterfalls.
Yeah.
And there was springs that you could go to and maybe just jump off a cliff into one of the ponds of water. Just different things. But it's unfair that we live in Florida because every city
lot
we
to
can
do.
be a
Yeah.
thankful guest and see lots of great stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's the simple stuff that makes the difference. Like just go to the beach, maybe go over and watch a rocket go from Kennedy Space Center in Florida If you're in Texas, you can do that as well.
Oh yeah, that's actually a really cool
Well, and
one.
I'm thinking about the kids. You know, nowadays with families, a lot of it's video games. A lot of it is they're on their phones. There's not a lot of togetherness. So put the stuff away. Take the kids. Give them something educational more than what they're watching on TV.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to see them through their eyes, what they see when they're not realizing what's just around the corner from them.
Yeah, exactly. That's so
Yeah.
close. Now, you had mentioned fisheries and hatcheries yesterday that are nearby to where we are right now.
Yes.
And my wife Kelly was like, "What are you talking about? I didn't know those were there."
Yeah.
I mean, there's stuff out there that we just don't know about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so fish hatcheries. So Florida Fish and Wildlife runs this, right? And they manage the fish populations around the state. And it does take time to manage it. And there's, like outside Lakeland, there's a bass hatchery. And then over here, they got redfish and snook where they're raising them. But what I did learn many years of FWC, that there's two different basses. There's also a bass hatchery in the Panhandle.
Oh.
They cannot mix the bass from Central Florida with the bass
From North Florida.
in North Florida. It's very specific. So I never knew that. So they take juvenile fish and they from eggs, and they spawn, and they have monster feeder fish in there. But those are things that you can plan out and ask us FWC and just go to.
Yeah.
They have youth camps that are like, days and weeks and stuff, but they also have like the youth camps where there's things that you can just go there for the day and show up
And just do
they
it.
show you the wildlife and stuff that they have there.
Yeah.
And as travel agents, that's something you guys could do, is
Yes.
like point people in the right direction and find.
And find them for them.
Yeah, if you don't want to do
Again,
it
there's a
yourself.
vacation or a daycation for anyone.
Yeah.
You just got to get out.
Gotta
You
get
can't
out.
Just get out
Go.
from behind the TV and the air conditioning and the bed
Well,
and
not the air
Hallmark
conditioning,
TV
Yeah.
and do something fun.
Yeah, and it's out there, guys. You just got to look for it. All right, so we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to come back with more Postcard Travel TV. And I think we're staying with DAYCATIONS, going through this whole destination vacations.
Oh, yeah, going to
destination travel.
destinations, too.
We're going to
Yes.
be coming back with that in just a couple minutes. So you stay right there because this is going to be good. All right,
Yeah.
we'll be right back. Welcome back into Postcard Travel TV. I'm Lou, that's Dennis, that's Amy. Still, we now are going to transition into a different type of travel, and this is destination travel for concerts and for events and for things like that, which is something that my wife Kelly and I have done several times now. But we learned something about them. They can be really expensive.
Yes,
and
they can.
If you're not a seasoned traveler, you need these guys. You need a
Yes.
travel agent.
They can be very expensive. One that is on my bucket list, and I know you all are going to cringe when I say this, but it's the New Kids on the Block cruise. They do it every year.
This is me cringing.
But
Yeah.
it is so expensive. Being in the travel business, knowing what these
Like compared
cruises-
to a regular cruise.
Yes, like compared to what you would pay to go on a regular cruise to go on that cruise. Now, I know you're getting the concert and you do meet and greets, and I get all that. But it's
Yeah.
really expensive. But if it's something you want to do, then I'm gonna drag the two of you along. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh no.
Relatively expensive. That's a relative term.
Yeah.
What does
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So when you're going on a cruise, you're also paying for the cruise.
Right.
And then they got to pay the entertainers and all
Right.
that stuff. So there's that fee. No different than if you went to Tampa or New York City and saw a concert and you had to stay in a hotel and all that stuff. You've got to have that. You're paying for the concert ticket, but then you still have to stay. Well, it's the
Yeah.
cruise ship plus that. Just think about it in that terms. Relative, yes, it is extra, and that costs more, and that's why Emmy says it's more money. But just think of it in those terms. Go to any big city, you got to stay in a hotel, you got to have food, you got to have drinks.
Yeah.
That's one cost, and then
Yeah.
the concert cost.
But if it's
So
something that
that's
you
one.
want to do,
No, then-
you put it in relative terms.
Yeah.
What you want to do.
And I know a lot of cruises, like Royal Caribbean, for instance. I know they do like an '80s cruise often, actually, because my friend
Yeah,
who's a
it's
cruise director on there, he always posts pictures of it. And they get some really good, older '80s bands
Yeah.
on there. Kelly and I, twice now, we have gone to see the Zac Brown Band play. In two different locations. One was, and they're both at Hard Rock hotels, which are really nice. And one was at Punta Cana, and in Dominican Republic,
Yep.
and then the other one was Riviera Maya in Mexico. Great experiences because it's a week-long deal, and
Yep.
that's the thing about these. You got to weigh, as you were saying about you're paying for the concert. In our case, they literally played every night. They had a different act playing every single night, and then all throughout the day they had acts at various bars around the place where you could just like stroll, just come across somebody playing. So I mean, for us it was worth it. We had a great time, and then we went to New Orleans for Jazz Fest, and that was not the same thing as going to a Hard Rock where it was like it's all inclusive and everything's there.
Right.
The New Orleans thing was a little different, but we got to see Jimmy Buffett play his last time at Jazz Fest,
Oh,
which
wow.
was kind of cool, and Zach Brown was also playing. So
Yeah.
it's those kind of experiences. Now, neither one was inexpensive, I can tell you that much. But in our world, to us, it was worth it to go.
Yes, it's all about the experience. If that's
Yeah.
something that you really want to do,
Yeah.
then you know that you're going to have to pay to be able to do that. So
Pay to play,
but
as
it's-
Lou
pay to
says.
pay to play.
Well, it could be a daycation too, and some of the things that, like, we live in Florida, like, it's kind of unfair to some of the other cities, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of events that
Sorry
either
for
happen
your
in
luck.
Miami, Jacksonville, Orlando, Tampa, even up in the Panhandle, like country stuff that it's a daycation. We can
Yeah,
go
you just
over
go.
for the day with a concert ticket and come back.
So our editor Lee, I have to pick up the paper to read this. Our editor Lee loves to go to concert destination vacations too, and Lee has gone to go see. Let's see, he saw Pearl Jam at Wrigley Field. That's kind of cool.
That's cool.
He went to San Francisco and LA to see Vampire Weekend at the Hollywood Bowl. He saw them at the Hollywood Bowl there, and then he saw them again at Madison Square Garden. So obviously his favorite band, but he made these trips just for that specific purpose.
Yep.
And that's interesting,
No, that's
because
a
a
good
lot
point.
of people think about, if I'm going to go on a vacation, if I'm going to take a trip, I'm not doing anything, or maybe I'm doing some excursions, but this is like a vacation with a purpose, with a
Yes.
trip.
And what did he go to see? Vampire Weekend?
Vampire Weekend,
See,
yeah.
that just shows my age because I have no idea what that is.
He has no idea what they're talking about.
no idea what that is.
Lee's
But
a little younger than us.
yeah.
Hey, yeah.
A lot younger than us, I should say.
Hey, there's absolutely a cruise. When she was talking about the concert cruise that we were trying to get hooked up, Alan Cohen, very famous promoter. He used to own 7
Oh, yeah.
South and hotels in Daytona Beach back in the 80s, and he used to have Sunday Bloody Sunday. Why we have not converted that yet? But there are a lot of like older bands and venues and things that, like concerts, or like you
Yeah.
said, the vampire thing. Sunday Bloody Sunday can be converted to an event somewhere and make it either a vacation or go on a cruise. I don't know. It's endless, really.
Yeah, and one of the most popular one is Sixth Man.
Yeah,
They're a
Sixth Man.
company that just charters the boats, the cruise ships, to do these
Oh.
concerts. But it's not only concerts. One Kelly and I, we might have to plan this, just a girls trip, is the Christmas Hallmark cruise. So it's all the Hallmark Christmas, and look at the two of you are like
Kelly just
looking
said
at me
yes
like, what is going
in
on?
my ear. She said yes.
Christmas.
But it's all the Hallmark Christmas actors that are on those shows go on that cruise. So
Is Santa?
can you imagine?
Santa there?
I don't know if Santa's there, but can you imagine the decorations on that cruise? See, Kelly and I, we'll have to do it.
Well, if
We'll leave the
Santa's
two of
there,
them
yeah.
at home, but.
Santa and Mrs.
Yeah,
Claus.
there's so many things. They do Moon River at Sea. They do Summer of '99 and Beyond cruise. They do a Boots and Boogie cruise. I mean, there's so many things that they must have 30
Destination
on
cruises,
here.
destination
Yeah.
vacations.
So there's something for everyone. There's a
Destination
concert
vacations.
cruise or
Yeah.
a trip for everyone.
Yeah.
So,
I think the moral of this is get out and do something. We can help you. So back to the
Yeah.
travel agent, when you were saying that, we can help you plan on these bigger things where you're going to have the stays over. Like there's a variety of hotels, there's a variety of different things.
Yeah.
If you're having trouble, good travel agent will set you up with that and get you set up. We can actually get you set up with tickets too. A lot of times we've had tickets that we've had to put out our travel agency, that we had 2 tickets for this event on a cruise ship that nobody could get, and we would give them to them and book the cruise with us. We've had football tickets and different variety places around the country where we've given those away, but set them all up with the hotel and places to go eat and all that stuff. So we can make it a fun
make it
event.
work.
Yeah.
On a budget, too.
The moral of the story is get with your real travel agent and see what they can do for you when it comes to these things. Even if you have something in mind, you're like, I really want to go do this, let them handle the
Yes.
details for you, because overall, it's just going to be that much more relaxing, okay? So we're going to take another quick commercial break. When we come back, we've got our favorite segment
Yes.
coming up. It's going to be the drink of the week. You don't want to miss that, okay? We'll be right back. And welcome back into Postcard Travel TV. Still Lou, Stu Dennis, and still Amy. We've been talking about daycations. We've been talking about a lot of that. But before we get into that again, it's time for the drink of the week.
Hey guys, it's Dennis and Amy from Postcard Travel TV, Postcard Travel Planning. Very special day because we are in Port Canaveral. I know it's crazy, we're in Port Canaveral, but we're at Gators Portside. You may have heard of Gators Dockside. If you're a Floridian or if you traveled, you may have seen that. but we're in Gators Portside, very special. And the reason it's very special, because we're gonna do our drink of the week from here, and we have Olivia.
Hi guys, I'm a bartender here at Gators Portside. I work every Saturday, so if you want a good view with the cruise ships and a good drink, come to me.
All right, so today we got a drink of the week, and it's gonna be the
Pirates Cove.
Pirates Cove. All right, she recommends it.
Yes,
Let's go.
very good. So first we're gonna take our Captain Morgan, do about 2 counts. Then we're gonna go in with the Malibu rum as well. So if you like rum, this is a good drink for you. Then we're gonna do some pineapple juice, however much you want.
Yes.
And then we're gonna take our Pina Colada Island Oasis mix.
So reason I like this, I like pina coladas, but I don't like them too sweet. But there's plenty of rum in there already. So we're all about the rum.
Yes. We're gonna give it a little shake. It'll have a creamy look to it.
Oh.
Yes. And then we're gonna add some grenadine to give it a little splash of color. And then we're gonna add our Myers rum float.
Oh, see, anybody that knows me, they say there's Dennis and there's Dennis, Cruise Dennis. The Myers rum floater is for me.
Yes.
I have to have it in every pina colada.
Yes.
All right, Olivia. It absolutely looks amazing. Cheers.
Yes,
Thank
cheers.
you. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, I'm gonna be the tester of it. All right. They do not have this on a cruise ship. You can only get it here at
Yes.
Gators Portside from Olivia. And you know what you need to do? You need to come here. You need to book with us at PostCard Travel and get a cruise. But you need to bring tip money because she's going through nursing
Yes,
school.
I have one more year left.
One
Support
more
the
year in nursing
nurses.
school. All right, guys, stay safe. We are at the great restaurant, bar. Doesn't matter. Come here. The great food, great drinks. Gators Portside. So we're going to show you this. Really, you're going to see a little bit of this real quick. Here, there's Disney. They're not here. All the cruise ships are out to sea. Disney, MSC, Norwegian, Carnival, Royal Caribbean. And then as you look out the port here, Carnival has their big pier down here, and so does Royal Caribbean for Celebrity, Apex, and of course, Star of the Seas, Utopia of the Seas. So yeah, we're enjoying it. It's a great port, and as Amy said the other day, she is the best thing about this restaurant.
Okay, so that was a beaut. Tell us about that. Now, where was that? It was Gators Portside.
Portside, which is part of the Gators Dockside. So if you're in Florida, you saw Gators Dockside. Been there, probably had good wings. So they have Gators Portside in Port Canaveral.
Oh, okay.
It's a great spot. It's a first thing when you walk in there, it's like huge. It's open, bright. We're like, wow, this place is huge. Bars down in the corner by the water. You can watch the cruise ships go out. You can watch fishing boats come in.
Amazing.
Yeah, though it is. Well, okay, so that's going to lead us on to our next topic for this final segment, and that's going to be Amy's add-on.
Yes. You know,
Okay, what's your add-on for Daycations?
I love an add-on. I love
Yeah.
an add-on. So I would say it's all about the upgrade. So
Yes.
if you're doing a staycation, daycation, okay? So you may not be spending as much money if you were going on a week-long cruise or a week-long vacation. So really think about the upgrade. Maybe upgrade the room.
Yes.
To maybe a suite.
Yep. Water view.
Maybe do a cabana by the pool,
I've
because
done that.
I love my cabanas by the pool. Go to a better restaurant. If it's a husband and wife, maybe do a special dinner.
Yeah.
Just do that little bit of
Make it
extra.
special.
Make it special. Also, think about your points. If you're staying a lot of hotels or you travel a lot for business,
Yeah.
like Lou, and we have a ton of Hilton points.
Me
See
too.
what those points will get you, because
Yeah.
I think Kelly mentioned you guys got enough for the cabana.
We did. So we went to. It's funny because we actually shot a bunch of videos at Champions Gate in Orlando, the Omni over there, and we had enough points that we actually got a free day in one of the cabanas over there. And I'm going to tell you something. Out of all the upgrades that I could think of to do, just having a cabana for the day, you don't get all the noise of all the people around the pool. You get a little bit of special service there. You got shade from the sun. This one had a TV and a refrigerator and just all kinds of stuff. And and that's just the kind of stuff that at the end of the day, it makes you feel a little better, a little more special. You know, when you go to dinner that night, you're walking a little different because you feel like you're pretty cool. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things where I think that that's a worthy upgrade. But in terms of the points, I'm one of those people that, like, you know, whenever I fly, I'm like, okay, I got to make sure I'm getting the points for this. And when I check in a hotel, you know, I got my Merit rewards, I got the Bonvoy, and then I've got the Hilton Honors.
Yes.
You know, you just gotta. But it's worth it. It's so worth it to do that. And you guys can work with that too, right?
Yes, and even points. Think about when you're going out to eat. It's
Yes.
your favorite restaurant. Build those points up, and then do a special dinner. I was also going to say, as an add-on, if you're going for the day, a lot of these hotels, like the Omni, I believe the one in St. Petersburg, I can't remember the name of it, the big one on the beach. You can actually go there for the day and go to the pool. You can pay for a day pass. So that's something else you could do. Just get a cabana for the day, even if you can't stay the night. So there's plenty of add-ons that you can do to make it special.
Yeah, actually. So what you're saying is, like, even if you're not staying at the hotel, they will rent you out a cabana and give you
Some
of them.
Some
of them will give you a
passes.
pool pass, so you could go out there. That's actually a great idea. I know they do that in Vegas at a lot of places.
Yeah.
Where you go
and
when
you
you go
can
out
do
there.
that even if you're staying if you're at the Hard Rock and like in Tampa, you can go and get a cabana by the pool even if you're not staying there. You can do that kind of stuff. So you just have to be able to rent that. So,
yeah. You know, as much as we talk about casinos and getting points here that you can use for free rooms or meals or all the different things, we never talk about Vegas. We're gonna have to we're gonna have to do a show
from Vegas.
We will. We will.
Yes, let us know.
We are
Go to our
heading to
website
Vegas.
and let us know whether if you'd like us to do a show from Las
Yeah, that would
Vegas,
be
because
great.
I know I would like it. Pretty sure Kelly would like it too.
Yeah.
All right.
I would like
Well, folks, we've run out of time for this week's show. We'll be back here on Binge TV next Sunday at 11:30. Till then, I'm Lou. That's Dennis. This is Amy. We are Postcard Travel TV, and we'll see you then. All right. Take care.